The birds were silent. Not a single chirp. The usual morning symphony of nature was absent, replaced by an unsettling quiet. It was as if the world had taken a deep breath and was holding it, waiting for something to happen. The air, usually alive with the rustle of leaves, hung heavy and still. Not a single leaf moved, not a whisper of wind. The stillness was almost palpable, pressing down on everything like an invisible weight. A prickling sensation, like static electricity, charged the air. It was as if the atmosphere itself was alive, buzzing with an unseen energy. My skin tingled, and the hairs on the back of my neck stood on end. Something was wrong. Terribly wrong. The streets, usually bustling with life, were eerily empty. An ominous sky loomed overhead, casting a strange, unsettling light over the deserted neighborhood. A low rumble, deep within the earth, vibrated through the soles of my feet. It was a sound that seemed to come from the very core of the planet, a deep, resonant growl that sent shivers up my spine. I looked up, fear a cold fist squeezing my heart. The sky, once a comforting blue, was now a canvas of dread. My breath caught in my throat as I scanned the heavens, searching for an explanation. The sun, usually a comforting presence, was gone. The sky was an empty void where the sun should have been, its absence a gaping hole in the fabric of reality. In its place, a swirling vortex of crimson. The clouds twisted and churned, forming a dramatic, blood-red whirlpool in the sky. It was a sight that filled me with a deep, primal fear, a sense that something was very, very wrong. The sky bled red, a terrifying, beautiful spectacle. The air itself seemed to crackle with energy. Then the screams started. People stumbled out of their homes, drawn by some unseen force. Their faces were etched with primal fear. The once familiar world was alien, bathed in the blood-red light. The streets, moments ago bustling with life, were now choked with panicked crowds. People who were once calmly going about their day were now running in every direction, their faces etched with fear and confusion. The once familiar and orderly cityscape had transformed into a scene of utter chaos, with everyone desperately trying to find safety. Cars collided, horns blaring, a symphony of chaos. The sound of metal crunching against metal filled the air, as drivers lost control in the pandemonium. Vehicles that were once neatly lined up in traffic were now scattered haphazardly, some overturned, others smashed beyond recognition. The ground shook with increasing intensity. Buildings swayed precariously, and the pavement cracked open, creating fissures that threatened to swallow anything in their path. The tremors seemed to come from the very core of the earth, as if the city itself was being torn apart. The air grew thick, difficult to breathe. A dense fog rolled in, mingling with the dust and debris kicked up by the chaos. It was as if the city was being enveloped in a suffocating shroud, making it hard to see and even harder to breathe. A metallic tang filled my mouth, the taste of fear. It was a bitter reminder of the danger that surrounded us, a taste that seemed to cling to the back of my throat. Every breath was a struggle, every heartbeat a reminder of the peril we faced. The screams intensified, a chorus of despair echoing through the crimson twilight. The sky above had turned an eerie shade of red, casting a blood-like hue over the city. The cries of the terrified masses reverberated through the streets, a haunting soundtrack to the unfolding catastrophe. Days turned into weeks. The red sky remained, an ominous constant. It was as if the heavens themselves had been painted with a brush of despair. The once vibrant blue, now a haunting crimson, cast a pall over everything. The air felt heavy, laden with an unspoken dread that seeped into our very bones. The sun, a distant memory. Plants withered and died. The fields that once flourished with life now lay barren, a testament to the relentless grip of this new reality. Each day, the landscape grew more desolate, the earth itself seeming to mourn the loss of its former glory. Animals, driven mad by the strange energy, attacked anything in sight. Creatures that once roamed peacefully now turned on each other, their eyes wild with fear and confusion. The natural order had been upended, replaced by chaos and violence. The lucky ones were gone, vanished. They had escaped this living nightmare, leaving behind empty streets and abandoned homes. Their absence was a stark reminder of what we had lost, and what we continued to lose with each passing day. The rest of us, we just exist. Trapped in a nightmare. We wandered through this altered world, our spirits broken, our hopes dashed. Every step felt like a journey through a waking dream, one from which there was no escape, praying for an end that may never come. We gathered in small groups, seeking solace in shared despair, Our eyes turned skyward in silent plea, but the red sky offered no answers, only the unending promise of more suffering. And so, we waited, and we hoped, even as hope seemed a distant memory. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to JayBurghReacts for more. Your support helps us bring you more content like this.